is like, dude, you know, your life can change, things can be different, it doesn't have to be that hard. But it doesn't just happen once, it happens every single time I meet someone. There's a big spider in the corner. The last video got like the least amount of views, so of course I gotta take another one on exactly that type of topic, you know. It was never social anxiety and why awareness is empowering. If you have social anxiety, like the root cause, what it actually is probably something else. And it's just so common to get that into the wrong direction or kind of misdiagnose yourself, or a professional misdiagnosing you, or you just thinking that like that the actual reason you have that is something different. And that's, at least for me, that's at least what I think I've been misinterpreting for like my whole life, I guess. So every time somebody talks about this topic, I listen up like really closely about their journey, about what they've been through and what they figured out about themselves. And yeah, that's the topic. So me, I guess since I was a child, I thought I have social anxiety, but I never called it that way because it didn't really make sense to me, like the word in itself. Because why would I have anxiety when I consider myself a really brave person and I really don't care that much about somebody else's opinion? A lot of times I don't care at all. It seemed like so unreal because I didn't want to have that. And there was no real reason behind it. Like, I just did not understand where it can come from and how to figure it out. There was this one video out there that I watched maybe like half a year ago. I'll link it down in the description if I can find it. That was life-changing for me because that's, after all, everything I've ever struggled with. This is the best explanation I've ever found in my life. And this has nothing to do with anything social anxiety. I don't know what. This is not actually a disease, you know. This is not something that needs to be cured. This is just something you need to be aware of. Every time somebody talks about this topic, I'm listening. Like, my attention is there. I don't even care what exactly the social anxiety is about, because like I said, it can be in so many different aspects and places, and it can appear in so many situations. But it's a topic that I have never found a lot of information out there, and it needs to be talked about a lot more. If you're thinking in your head, I have anxiety, right? There's nothing that's gonna help you out. It's more like accepting the fact that you have a problem that should be worked on, but you have no idea how to go out there and fix it, and therefore you're stuck. You're just stuck. Nothing's gonna help you. And most people are not gonna help you, they're gonna make it worse. Like, you have to really go deep inside yourself and work on yourself and figure out the issue, like what's actually happening, you know? So, all right, one thing I found quite helpful after thinking about it for a couple weeks, I guess, is the fact that if you have social anxiety disorder, you have just fear of interacting, right? You have like fear of socializing. But if you're autistic, it's more like the confusion. Short, small talk interactions that usually are something really easy and, you know, people look forward to. People, if you have 5 minutes, you know, in 5 minutes I can just say hi to this friend and that friend and just call that one. And I'm like, like, that's not something that's gonna be easy for me. That's probably gonna lead to me later on that day thinking, I shouldn't have said that. And that's another thing why I have that anxiety, I guess, is just because the confusion leads to these sometimes weird situations, leads to me just knowing that something is off. After you have that social interaction, let's call it that way, it's just something that you realize, okay, this didn't go 100% as it should have, could have, and then later that day you're gonna think about this again. Certain aspects come in your mind, like, I shouldn't have said that, I could have done this differently. And this is one of the most stressful things out there, to have to reflect back, because I cannot, control my thoughts. So this is something that just happens, but it doesn't just happen once. It happens every single time I meet someone. At least that's how it used to be. But like I said, that's the anxiety. That's the root cause of this anxiety, coming from the fact that you don't know how to act right. Since I've been trying to unmask, there was this time, dude, I was like, I'm just gonna be me and just talk, and you know what happens then? I just talk. I tell you my whole life, right? Normally the next day I will think, I should not have told this person my whole life story. He's gonna think you're crazy, da 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 da. But now, since I know that it's okay, like, you can choose to mask and not do that, or you can just be yourself and be a little weird. That's the most empowering feeling, to not have to be ashamed for the way that you communicate, to not have to feel bad about these things simply because you know that it's okay. That's the big difference that changes. It's not like you're suddenly, like all of the other people know you don't want to be like that, because that's not how you were born, right? And nobody in this world tells you that you have to be a certain way. It's not like you're hurting anyone. You're just trying your best, and there's no need to fit in like that. So all I'm saying is, if you have social anxiety, if you have difficulties, communicating, interacting with other people, whatever it might be, try to find the root cause. What is actually the cause for it? And sometimes it's not that obvious, right? Because when I first heard that you are confused in a social interaction, I was like, no, that's not me. I'm not confused. Like, I'm not dumb, Why would I be confused? Sometimes it's hard to put it in words, but now thinking about it and reflecting back on it is more like it makes a lot of sense, because it's something that comes easy for a lot of people. They don't need to think about it, but for me, it just does not. It just does not. Let's be honest. I think that's the best explanation I ever found. And I mean, it's a strength to admit your weakness, right? If that's a weakness, it's not. But in the sense of wanting to be like them, fitting in easily, not having any difficulties in that sense, it is a weakness if you think about it that way. So you need that type of empowering knowledge that it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. Be aware of that, and life will become so much easier. And these videos, just talking to the camera like this, you're not gonna believe it, even if it only gets 20 views, is helping myself a lot. I don't journal, I don't write diaries, I don't do things like that, even though that's really healthy and good. But I feel like that's my way of just, writing down my process, sort of, because a movie is sort of like a text, right? Yeah, it's like editing this video, I'll already be like one step ahead, or it's just helping me out, and I hope it's helping somebody else out. And if the algorithm hits the right people, then let me know in the comments what's going on in your life, what you want me to talk about. If it's something I think I can produce some piece of content that's helpful, then I'll do it. And anyways, leave a little comment. Always know that you write your own story, and don't let nobody snatch that pen from you.